Good morning. It's time for deer camp, baby. It's time for deer camp. Ooh, look at this angle. That's pretty cool. All right. Got the Painted Arrow micro arm on the oh shit bar on the truck here. So I am on my way north for the Bowhunter Chronicles podcast Patreon hunt, and I could not be more excited. I am so pumped for this. I met most of those guys at the Michigan TAC this year. I stayed at their house, had an absolute riot, just a blast. Such a good group of guys to be around. And I heard that their deer camp is even better. So I am thrilled. I am excited. I am very excited. Stopped by my parents' house, picked up my dad's truck, borrowed my dad's truck for the weekend, because the Fusion won't be able to make it down 2 tracks. I've done it before, and it's not fun. And it's good to have a little bit more room, because that car has no trunk because of the batteries. But I was going to wake up a little early and try to get up there at gray light, scout my way in and hunt, but I've had 2 busy days down in Detroit at an expo. So I decided to get a couple extra hours of sleep, hit the road at about 6:30. I'll be getting up there 9:45, 10, something like that. So perfect time to head in the woods to start scouting for the day. For this trip, I do not have a goal of killing a mature buck. I have a goal of killing a deer. And as long as that sumbitch ain't got spots, it's dead. Because the deer camp vibe is just about shooting deer and having a good time. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to shoot a forky or a spike or anything like that. Like, if there's a buck, it's it. If I'm going to kill a buck, it has to be mature. But I'm not setting out to only get on buck sign. I am setting out to get on deer sign. And I haven't really done that in the last couple of years, so pretty excited to do that. I just hunt deer, not hunt mature bucks. Because it's 2 very different things, right? So if it's brown, it's down. Does, yearlings, fawns, don't care. I got $20 doe tags. It don't matter. I'm just there to have a good time, shoot some deer, drink some beer, hang out with the guys. It's going to be a good weekend. I'm not getting scratched, but we're off-road. The video does not do it justice. The bank of this turn here. We made it. We are up here. It is cold, 33 degrees. It was like 40 when I left. And I got colder as I came up, of course. Normally I don't get hungry in the morning, but I'm starving. So, before I head out scouting, I'm gonna get some oatmeal going. Get some breakfast. So I don't know how wet it is up here, but I'm obviously going to be targeting swamps and marshes because that's what I know. So I'm throwing on the rubber boots that I'm going to have. So kind of see, like, is it wet? I don't know. It looks like a swamp, but who knows? Never been up here before. So I'm going to get this maple brown sugar banana nut protein oatmeal. Going to get this down and then start walking. I've never seen stuff like this before. It's like waist high scrub brush. It's just a whole sea of it. I was hoping these were going to be oak islands out here, but it's just pines all the way. I do not see deer
moving through this stuff if there are no deer trails. It's a pain. So I didn't see any deer trails through those pines. I'm gonna head inland and see if I can find some oaks and see where they're coming out of. Hard to see, but this is what we're looking for here. Trail through this stuff. Makes it so much easier to walk instead of just boondoggling through it. But it looks like this trail, it's right out to those islands. Right, I'm on a point that goes out. Fresh rub. Still tacky. You can see the shavings. My wind is not good. So the point goes that way. My wind's like that way. So I'm gonna mark this spot here. You see the shavings. It's on a thick trail coming in. So there's the trail. I was just basically following that in, and there were a couple old rubs on this trail. Oh, I missed this one here. I mean, obviously they're small little bucks here, but this is sticky. There's mold, so it's a little not super fresh. There's mold there, so it's not super fresh. I don't see shavings, but I am backing out because my wind is not ideal to be walking in there. There's barely any wind at speed. Oh yeah, this is tag poo. This is I'm walking this in from the road, and there's a bunch of oaks at the road, so I'm assuming it's bedding out there. Walking in, he's walking out to the oaks. I don't hear the oaks dropping, so I think that's an issue. It might be old sign, you know. When the oaks were dropping, it was hot, but I'm just marking it. If I don't see anything else tonight or today, then I'm heading back here. If I find something that's better, I'm gonna hunt it. But at least I know I got one spot to potentially hunt. It's good. All right, so I ended up finding spot number 2, heavy trail into bedding. Picked out a tree, prepped a tree. I don't know if I'm gonna hunt it. It didn't really get me excited, but if another guy comes out with me, then I can sit with it. But this is just what I found. Fresh rub. 2 more that way. It's on this trail here. We got a historic rub there, historic rub there. Always love to see this. Fresh rub, historic rub. Always a good sign. That means it's consistent movement. And it's just this rub line, following it super easy that way. The wind is perfect. That way's bedding. The wind is coming back this way. So I'm gonna head to the road. And I think between that first finger, this finger, and that trail, that should give us enough to kind of scout our way in for the evening hunt. So successful morning scouting. I'm gonna head back to camp, pick up my buddy, drop off my gear, and head back here, I think. Yep, so that is the plan. Followed that rub line out. Buck made it very easy to follow. Gotta love that. So I got the rub line, very definite rub line. And we got those 2 fresh rubs going into that finger. And then we got that heavy trail coming out of bedding. So this parking area has 3 spots. go back to camp, pick up Eric, probably unpack and do all that stuff, head on back, and start the walk in for the evening hunt. That's gonna be the plan. It's getting warm out. The sand is, it's like walking on the beach. There's no footing. So it's a tough hike. Eric just hopped in. He's gonna hunt that deer trail that I found. There's two of them. One's a little bit north, so he hopped in. Wood's a little early, so he's gonna go check that out, see if he likes it. And the one that I actually went and looked at, that's where if he doesn't see anything at the first spot, that's where he's gonna head. I'm almost to where I'm cutting in, and then I'm just gonna follow that rub line back, and once my pants start tingling a little bit, gets me a little excited, that's where I'll set up. Pure northern Michigan. All this fucking sand. This is why it's really important to follow every bit of sign that you possibly can. This is where I just came from. I didn't see this originally. The trail cut into the woodlot there, and that's more thick than like out here. But I saw one track going in through there, so I turned and then saw this rub. So he's edging, walking this transition here. Did not go in the woodlot there. It's about 4:45. Just got fully set up. I followed that rub line in. It died out on me, unfortunately. So I was just following a trail, following the tracks in. And I came to this little opening in the bog. We got the hardwood transition right there. We got the bog. We got thick. It's kind of a little opening of crisscrossing trails. Trail going into the thick. Got the rub line coming this way. Trail going that way. The rub line trail continues on. Trail going to the hardwoods. Another trail going to the hardwoods. It's kind of a hub. I was feeling confident that I'd be able to follow this rub line back a little bit further, but kind of only 3 or 4 more after where I stopped earlier. I'm definitely further in for sure, but it petered out. That was like the peak, right where I found him. All right, I just turned. I was facing that way, but there's 2 trails that way, and it didn't really set up very well to shoot. Plus, if I want to shoot where the rub line was leading me, I would have to swing around, saddle shot. This gives me a perfect 10, 11 o'clock shot for the rub line. Good morning, day 2 of the trip.
Got Eric in the truck. We are going to a buddy spot that he has prepped already and everything. Apparently there's some youngins hanging around the stand. So we're on a mission to kill the young ones. It's a brisk 43 this morning, 5 o'clock. A little early for my taste, Eric. What do you think?
I'm not gonna argue that.
He said, I am literally hunting off the road. I can park and see my truck from the stand. And it's like, why am I walking in so early? We'll see. Well, that does it for the morning hunt. I had that doe come in. At least I think it was a doe. I don't know. Couldn't really see. It was pretty far. And where it was going, I knew I was going to have to take a weak side shot. So I just saw like its ass get behind a group of trees, pulled my bow over, look over. I can't even see it from the weak side. You know, I saw it from the strong side. I'm like, where the hell is this thing? All of a sudden I just see the white tail. There it goes. And then I'm like, what the hell? So I, spin around, put my bow back. I'm just looking over there. And then it comes in a little bit further around. And I just catch like a glimpse of it. And then all of a sudden, spun around, white tail. There it goes. It wasn't in my wind. I don't know. So I don't know if it walked like the entrance trail and hit that or what, but no idea what it was. It looked big enough. Wasn't a fawn, so decent sized doe at least. Eric ended up getting a doe. He said he went out, he saw it crash. So I am waiting on those guys to swing by and pick me up. Because apparently it's a pretty nasty 2-track and don't want to scratch up the truck. So we're taking someone else's truck, who's already scratched up. So I'm just having some breakfast. Whenever they get here, I'll hop in and go take care of the deer. This has to be one of the craziest setups that I've been in. It's a good tree though. Look how big it is. Huge tree. Ended up being in the same area. Didn't really find anything much today. This is the hottest acorn sign. Looked around, some scrapes, some rubs on the perimeter.
kind of behind me is the thick. My wind's blowing there. It's a bottom down there, nice and thick. So I think they're going to work out of the bottom, that crosswind, and work their way up to the top here. Who knows? I hunted about 30 yards over there this morning, where I saw the doe was that way. I got a buddy with me who's hanging where that doe is. I can't see where he is just because of the cover. So obviously he has the first shot. If anything up there, but if it comes from the bottom, it's mine. If it comes from the top, it's his. So I started climbing this tree down there. And I go up around that branch and up here and hop over to here. This thick tree. Stood there, set up here. And I can't climb this tree because it's too big. That right there is a giant scrape. That is a big run out of bedding. This tree is not ideal to shoot that area. There's really nothing I can do to make it ideal. Not even a saddle shot because the tree's so big. So I'm just hoping that they don't pick me before they work underneath me. Work their way up, and then I get a shot when they're in front of me. Got one. It's dark and it was on the move. I had a split second. There was another deer. The fawn just came running back through, so I tried to double up. The fawn came out. Oh my god, it was fucking nuts. Fuck. Okay. I think it's done now. The fawn's still blowing. I saw a deer's legs. I grabbed my bow, turned on the camera, couldn't see the deer at all. No idea where the deer was. Right after that, a deer started blowing at me, so I figured I spooked off that deer, and it turned back around, circled downwind, caught my wind, started blowing. So I'm looking at that spot, I'm just staring at it, and I see a buck walk away from me, right from that spot, like he turned around, headed back into cover. I was spinning around the tree. I was like, if he, trying to get a shot, he was in thick cover, low light. I'm not in the apiary zone, but I wanted to make sure it was, a decent buck. It looked tall, but I couldn't see anything else. Couldn't see its body. It walked through. I spun around the other side of the tree. I saw it kind of walk away, and then I see another one come the opposite way. So I spun back around, and it was a little fawn. And it passed my one shooting window, and I go to range it for the next shooting window, and I see the mom come right behind it. Same path. I know it's about probably 25 or so. So I was like, this is my one window, and she was moving pretty quick. The fawn was, right there. These deer are on freaking edge. So I didn't want to stop her. I put the 20 top lung, 30 on the heart, and fucking sent it. It's dark though. I don't know. I don't know the shot placement. I don't know. Oh, fuck. look at the footage.
I got down from the tree to check my arrow. As soon as I got to the arrow, I could see and smell that it was a gut hit. I got out of there, left all my gear in the tree, and headed back to camp.
After getting back to camp, we found out that Brian doubled up and took out a doe and fawn. It's really cool to see the bloodline killer get his first Michigan deer. I talked with the guys at camp. The plan was to head out after first light and start tracking. Shout out Tyler, Joe, Shane, and Bergie for tagging along to help with the track. Alrighty, update. We went out this morning, had a good group, me plus 6. So appreciate Eric, Chris, Joe, Jake, Tyler, Shane. Appreciate all you guys for helping me. We were on blood for about 100 yards. Lost blood, grid searched, couldn't find it. And after the season, the start of the season that I'm having, I lost that deer early doe. Just get my ass kicked in early season so far. Reached out to a dog tracker because it's like, I need a win, man. I just, it's still early, I know, and I hate to leave a deer lay. This is a good ass dog tracker too. So we gunked up the area. I let him know all of that. I was very honest with him. He said, all right, I'll be right out. So that's the plan. Heading back out. Go look for her again. We'll see. Got my deer taken care of back at camp. Headed out right away to kind of scout this little area right off the road. But we heard that there were acorns in here and they're just raining down. So that's the name of the game wherever we've been, is acorns are hot, there's deer. But it's kind of thick back that way. And that's where my wind's blowing. So I'm kind of in this little pocket here. I don't know, lots of acorns, lots of poop, lots of tracks. Back behind me, just off wind of where I'm looking and hope they're coming from. We'll see. Deer camp's over. On my way home. It was a fun weekend. Challenging weekend, tiring weekend. It was a fun weekend. So, shout out the Bowhunter Chronicles podcast. Adam, you put on a fantastic event. It was a good time. But I'm ready for my bed.
ready for a shower, and get the rest of this deer meat taken care of. Hey, got a deer down. It was small, but it's a deer. First one of the year, so one of many.